Now, in other news, defence ministers from Thailand and Cambodia meet tomorrow in Malaysia on the final day of ongoing talks to keep alive a tenuous truce reached late last month. This is their first face-to-face meeting after hostilities broke out 2 weeks ago. And what started as a border conflict between two ASEAN neighbours has now also seen an active interest from both the US and China.
Thailand and Cambodia agreed to a ceasefire at last week's talks hosted by Malaysia as the current ASEAN chair. The truce ended 5 days of heavy fighting at their border and has largely held up since. As agreed, the General Border Committee will meet, bringing together defence ministers from both sides. That meeting was initially supposed to be held in Phnom Penh, but last week it was moved to Malaysia at Thailand's request.
It was proposed on the 4th, right? And now that the day approaches, the Thai side deemed it more appropriate that it takes place in the third country, not in a country where we have issues with. So we had referred it back to Malaysia.
Apart from Malaysia, China and the US will also have representatives at the GBC meeting. US President Donald Trump had personally intervened. He made a ceasefire a precondition for tariff talks with the two ASEAN countries.
You see what we just did yesterday with two nations that we're trading with. And during the trade, I said, I'm not going to do any trade deal unless you guys settle your differences. And we got it settled in 24 hours.
Chinese diplomats have also been speaking to representatives from both sides. Foreign Minister Wang Yi met his Thai and Cambodia counterparts on the sidelines of the ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting last month. This was followed by another meeting in Shanghai after the ceasefire talks between Vice Foreign Minister Sun Weidong and representatives from Thailand and Cambodia. On the ground, Cambodian media have also reported that the Chinese ambassador visited affected areas as part of a tour conducted by Cambodian authorities for diplomats last week. Speaking to Cambodian media on the tour last Friday, he said, since the conflict broke out, China has been actively committed to promoting dialogue. The Chinese ambassador to Cambodia is a familiar name. Wang Wenbin used to be the face behind the podium at the Chinese Foreign Ministry press briefings before he became China's top diplomat in Cambodia last summer. An assignment that did not go unnoticed by China observers, who consider his deployment a significant one.